Now we're live. All right. I hope nobody was waiting. Hello, everybody. This is Chris Tamulevich of Hero Shack Press. I'm going to start saying that because we're doing a few other things, and they're not all going to be based on the Hero Shack Press. It was fun. Didn't mean to blow your ears out, folks. I hope I didn't. Let me just get the old. Oh, yeah. You probably want, you know what? You want probably your anything with headphones so you can hear too. Unless we have a splicer, you know, like an adapter where we can both plug in. I do have a laptop here, but it's a pain in the butt. Yeah, I think so. You're quite familiar with it, aren't you? Okay, guys. Your iPhone? Yeah, that's what I mean. You're familiar with your iPhone. It'll work. Okay. All right, here we go. That's going to fly. And we will go to Hero Shack. So I'm just sharing this off with our Facebook, our Twitter. For you guys in the know, you know, it's what we do every Monday night. We do Hero Shack Chronicles. Okay, I'm typing up a little thing there. Add a photo. And then a link. Boom. Post. Oh, I think I just did that wrong. Oh, snap. Hang on, go back. Oh, no. I just sent the link to the chat room itself. That's not what I want. Okay. I got to delete that real quick. Oh, yeah. Go. Delete from page. Whew. All right, let's do this again. I want it to go to the YouTube. The way I did it, everybody would be able to get into the chat room, which isn't bad, but it would overload it and screw it up. So let's try this one more time. Oh, we don't, you know, yeah, okay, here we go. Okay, got that. I don't know where Diana went. Oh, I hear footsteps. I think she's coming. All right, let's try this now. Post. Okay, now it's going to be active. I'm going to send that bad boy. Oh, no, what's going on? That's not what I wanted. Reload.
I couldn't find them.
It's okay. I'm still setting everything up. I don't think we have any viewers yet. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is what I wanted. Okay. Pin to the top of the page. It's okay. You can relax. Breathe. Slow down. Nobody's there.
Okay.
You got the sniffles? Is it your allergies?
Yeah.
It's not COVID, is it?
No.
Okay. All right. Switch. Share now in public. There we go. Okay. And so, for those in the know, we're on StreamYard. If you guys want, you can ask for a link and we can bring you in. We can chat. Tonight, there's a lot we could talk about tonight, and I'm probably not going to get into all of it. I think for starters, I would like to say Preston Poulter, we are behind you. And that's really all I need to say. I'm not going to go into great detail. He's done it. If you don't know what I'm talking about, that's okay too. But suffice to say, Comicsgate TM is happening, and it's getting busy. It's getting crazy. I have stuff to show you guys. I don't know if I can do it in this one. Let me see. Try to change the layout a little bit here. Share screen works good on a good book. Yeah, that's not going to work. Okay.
What did I do?
Nothing. I was just going to talk a little bit about the comics we have coming up.
Okay.
So we have a crowdfunder that we have to do. It's coming. And we have 2 viewers. So listen, guys, if you want to
That's what I mean. I can go downstairs.
join
on my
us.
laptop.
Yeah, go ahead if you want.
Well, that way I can have a picture, right?
Yeah.
And just come in.
Yeah, that'll be good. You want to go down there and do it?
Well, you can't.
It'll be
get me-
cool with the video too, because then we can have separate video. Yeah, do
Fine,
it. Let's
fine
do
with
it.
that. I don't want to not be with you, but
No, but we can still be together in the chat.
you need to be in the center, and I don't really need to be in the center.
Yes, honey, I need to be the center.
You do. Okay, I'm going to my office then.
I want you to have your own camera,
Will you,
baby.
You're gonna send it to how do I get on?
As soon as you
Go
come
through Hero
in,
Shack?
Go to YouTube or go to Facebook.
Yeah.
Click the YouTube link, and I'll send you.
the
I'm going to be
link.
posting a link in chat.
'Cause
That
I'll
way.
go on my laptop. It'll be easier for me to do that. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, so Diana is going to switch. We are using StreamYard, not the professional version either. Paste. If you're interested in joining us in StreamYard, there's the link. If you get foul or start doing something nasty, we'll bounce you, just so you know. I guess that should go without saying. But this is our first time using YouTube with Stream Chat. Now, it's also been a long time since I used this channel. This is the Christopher L channel. And y'all are welcome. I'm glad that we can get this started. We'll be coming back here at least every Monday night. I was going to stream last night. I had this whole thing planned. And yeah, it didn't happen. Things went kind of crazy yesterday on Twitter. And like I said, I'm not going to get too far into it, but yeah, we stand behind Preston Poulter. And that's all that needs to be said. You know, there's videos and there's tweets and there's comments. So moving on. I have stuff I want to share. So let me see if I can find a way to share the screen. I know what I have to do, I think. Let me cut that down and we will try. Is it not? No, it's not that one. Close. It's going to be over here. Okay. Let me just pop this open. And I am going to go over here and hit share screen and see if I can pick that up. All right. Share screen. All right. Oh, I see what it does. That's kind of screwy. I definitely need to get the OBS going. Oh, I see. Okay, that's much better. All right, so here we are. We're looking at a quick little picture of Hero Shack Chronicles. Yes, it's the title for tonight, but notice the covers. Okay, so we have issue 2 with the certified Comicsgate logo, and that's issue 2 of Hero Shack in Search of Heroes. In this issue, we introduce the Shadow of the Dragon, and there are some very important factors in the story coming up that you'll get to see in issue 2. Now, there is a bit of a trend in my stuff, and I'm going to share it with you guys. And that is, hang on, where's Diana? I don't know. It's getting a little bit older, and I don't mean porn. I don't mean a lot of cuss words, but some of the violence is kind of extreme. It's not, you'll have to see it for yourself, but I would say my book is definitely PG-13. That's just where I'm laying it. And I don't mean like, you know, today's PG-13. I mean, it's a decent PG-13. I wouldn't let your kid read this without checking with you. Not because there's anything wrong with it, but because I think parents have a right to, you know what they're getting into. The next book you see there, the next thing, let me see if I can get this in a larger screen. All right, I'm going to pop this up. And I'm going to grab, where is it, this one? Yes, okay. So let me close this one. Whoop. That did not go the way I expected. Okay, so let's see, stop sharing. I still don't see Miss Diana. And that could be my fault. I may have screwed something up here. I could be talking to myself for the rest of the night. I could be in the doghouse. All right, so we're just going to go here. And we're going to switch. And it still didn't do what I want. All right. Here we go. Okay. So now I can do this and do this. All right. And now I can literally join it and see that nobody is here. And that's A-okay. One watching. Started stream 11 minutes ago. So let me just open this image that I want to show you guys. It's not this one. Why did that? Okay. Open. Downloads. And I have to be careful because I have a lot of stuff. All right, top secret stuff. This is what I wanted to show next. Okay, let's move this. Go over here. Share screen. Share screen. Application window. We're going with this one. Share. Okay, so this is the artwork for the new complete 2019 collection of Hero Shack Sandbox. That's the cover. The book is going to be almost 300 pages of comic. This is my first year of comics, and you'll notice the cover is kind of bold in the way that it's done. It's very much the style of 2019. And it plays an ode sort of to the characters here that were in the first year. Now, it's weird because every time I look at it, these are pieces that I've pushed together from 2019 throughout and kind of joined up and made a new piece. But 55 is there. The old Doc Oz is there. The old Plug is there. The fire guy, Dr. Gloomberg, Cyclopean. Now, Cyclopean's kind of special because he's been the lead character in all my books since I've started in January 2019. Yeah. Let me check something here because this is getting lonely. Let me just see. I will text my wife and see what's going on. Hello? I don't think she likes me anymore. Oh, she came in as Hero Shack. Okay, well, let's do this. Cool. All right. It's not that new, baby. The link I just sent you, if you click it, that'll take you to the studio green room, I think they call it. It's like the back room. It's the waiting room till you get on the screen here. And once you get there, I'll put you here. You see what I'm saying? Nah, maybe you don't, but let's do this. Just click that link. I'll put it up again if you want. I don't even know if it's coming up correctly to you guys. Let's see. I go over here. Yes, it's coming up quite correctly. Yeah, you just click that and you should be here already. I don't think something's working right there. Okay, well, I just closed that window for now. I can text my wife and find out, but yeah, this is weird. Anyways, so the 2019 edition I put together this weekend. I know I was doing the Kickstarter, and Diana and I were trying to find a way to set up some tiers, and one of the ways was we thought we'd offer the first year of Hero Shack. Now, for those of you out there who are fans of comics, the first year is definitely thirsty. And, you know, it is what it is. It was a lot of fun for me, and it shows the progression of my art and my storytelling. But, you know, you got to be a fan to get into this stuff. That early stuff is really kind of rough. Now, this year, I think we're 100% better, and I think we're right on track to continue our progress. But, oh, look.
Now I'm trying to.
Hey, what did you do? Go to another country?
What?
Hi.
I'm.
You're here.
Oh, I am here. It took me a few minutes. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I noticed.
I'm kind of new at this. Anyway, hello everybody. Do we have anybody here hanging out yet?
No, I don't think anybody's gonna come.
How come?
Because I'm not very popular yet.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't invite anybody specifically. I was just hoping people would see the link and join. But see, it's different on YouTube compared to what it was on Facebook. On Facebook, we get a lot of people that we appear in their stream, so they click it and they start watching it. Right. Hey, Gary. I don't understand why I can hear myself.
I don't either. Maybe
can you hear yourself?
I think I'm going to put my headphones in, maybe.
You don't have your headphones in?
No, I didn't know that. I thought if I was down here, I wouldn't need them. Sorry.
I thought you used Zoom all the time.
I do use Zoom, but I don't use headphones for Zoom. I got my headphones.
Oh, good Lord.
All right, I'm coming.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm sorry. Okay, I'm here.
Can you hear those dogs?
They're ridiculous, aren't they? Anyways, hi, everybody, whoever's in the chat. Excuse me.
I'm getting like a wicked echo.
Okay.
Hang on, let me try something.
My headphones are in.
All right, I think I fixed it.
Maybe it's you?
No, it's number one, dog, be quiet. Can you hear me now?
I can.
It's okay?
Yeah, I hear the echo now.
Yeah, it's weird. Oh my gosh, every time she barks, I hear it 3 times. Hang on, I'm gonna go beat her.
Don't beat the dogs. So welcome to Hero Shack Chronicles, everyone. It's a new format that we're trying. Obviously, we're still working the bugs out, which, you know, it is one of those things that we have to do. I'm trying to fix my lighting because I kind of look, I'm not quite sure. And the reason I'm down here is, number one, it's very echoey. And Chris and I are both doing it together. And let's see if there's anybody in chat. 5 comments.
She was at the screen door,
yep,
barking at a kid who God knows why they're on an electric car, about a block ahead of their parents. There's no lights on the car, unfortunately.
Of course. So I was just making chit-chat, explaining that this is sort of a new thing for us to be streaming through StreamYard on YouTube through Facebook. Did I say that right?
There's quite a few reasons for that. Now, the link I just posted in chat, that would bring you to StreamYard, which would mean you could join us. Audio, video, either or, it doesn't matter, or both.
Right.
Because you can do this, like you can do with all, you know, Zoom and Meet and everything else, or you can go like this.
Mm-hmm.
It's not perfect. I have StreamYard OBS, which I'm learning to use, which will add a lot of the functions that we had before, where I could add cool banners and stuff.
Right.
But I still have my green screen. You can still see our logos and the
Mhm.
fog in the back. You know, it's all right.
Yeah.
It'll get better. But yeah, we've been talking about the issues coming up. And let me share. I don't know where we're at because I've done this a couple of times. But let me just let me just open this up and show everybody if I can find it. Oh gosh, there we go. Okay, we're gonna pick this one. So this, Diana,
Yes.
is the cover art for Hero Shack Sandbox, the complete 2019 collection.
Very interesting.
Do you like it?
I do. How come there's a glow above Cyclopean's head? Is that supposed to be there? Or is that just the lighting?
Yeah, it's supposed to be there. It's a light that I added to the coloring, and actually, this is a good time to ask. What do you guys think of that? I was trying to give it that kind of 21st century comic book look. Like it's supposed to be like a sun coming up over the shoulder type look.
Can it be less bright?
It could be, but why have it at all if you're going to lighten it up?
Well,
Do you like it, Gary? Because that's a look. Okay, so I'm going to be honest. I kind of like it, honey, but it's very modern. Like that's not the way that I customarily would color.
Right.
But I've been teaching myself, and I was like, yeah, I'll go ahead and do that, you know?
Well, it's fine. Leave it. If everybody likes it, leave it. I was just surprised because I saw it this morning and it didn't have that.
No, that is a coloring effect that I added at the end. Now, do you see the fire guy, the torch looking guy?
Yeah, I do.
I think I'm going to redraw him because he looks stupid to me. But otherwise, I'm pretty happy with everybody else, at least in the sense that this is pretty much how Sandbox looks. I even included another hand with a pencil, which is based off issue 1, where I totally cheesed the cover. Remember?
I do remember.
But this is an example of some of the stuff that I've learned over the last year, right there on the cover, all in one. Also, if you notice, Captain Christian still doesn't have his logo on his chest. I'm going to use his perfect logo and put it on his chest. That's just a placement spot. Yeah, but that's the big issue coming up. That's 300 pages of comic book art, story rather, along with some pinups. But 99.9% of it is comic book art. There's the articles and the ads from all the issues from from last year. And the only thing I don't know yet is what it's going to cost us. I'm putting it together. I have to, edit up some of the PDF, and it'll be ready. Now, I know I said I was launching Saturday on our Kickstarter, but I didn't do it. And it's okay that I didn't do it because I need that time to go ahead and make sure this is perfect. Or as perfect as we can get it. I want the Kickstarter to go well. I want to have quality perks to offer people, or quality tiers. And if we can pull it off, I will. That's my goal.
But here's the thing. You have talked against Kickstarters for a while.
Oh, yeah. I hate crowdfunding.
And now you're...
now I'm going to try it. But I'm going to try it.
What changed your mind?
The way that Preston Poulter and John Delarose and a couple of other crowdfunders do it. Number one, we're going to have the book done before we go into a crowdfund. By that, I don't mean home from the press, but I mean all the work will be done. The comic will be ready to go. We're going to use our Amazon to print it, so it's just a matter of uploading. We basically are looking at about a week worth of production time. And we can predict this comfortably because we've used it so much. Maybe 2 weeks, but even then, most campaigns struggle to fulfill within 6 months of their deadline. We're going to be right. We're going to be right on top of it. We're going to be like, no problem, boom. And that's one of the things you have to do to get the certification. You have to be able to put out your issues quickly and efficiently in accordance to the deadlines you set up for yourself, which is what drives me so crazy with crowdfunding normally, because the majority of them will come out and say, okay, we're going to have a comic book come out in Halloween 2020. and then you don't see it. It just doesn't happen. And they have, and I understand there are problems that arise, but everybody has an excuse, and they all start sounding the same because it's happened very frequently in the old Comicsgate group. So that's why the new certification is really important. It kind of differentiates the old from the new. If you buy a book with a certification on it, it means that they pledged to get it out on time and did, and have some sort of track record behind them saying, no, this guy will do the work that he's supposed to. Ooh, I have a private chat. Oh, it's Diana saying hi, everyone.
You know what's so weird? When I click on the chat thing, there's live comments which I can't seem to. I don't know where to put them. And then there's the private chat. But the private chat says chat with host and other guests. So I thought I had to put the private chat. I don't know. So I said, hi, everyone. Like, I can't, for some reason, figure out on how to chat.
How to chat. All right. Yeah. So on your screen, do you see on the right-hand side, it says comments, banners, brand, private chat. Do you see anything like that? I
say, you're in the show. Everyone can see and hear you.
Okay. Do you see us share your screen?
Oh.
At the bottom of your screen or your browser screen?
I see audio, video. I tap that, I'm gone.
You don't have a share your screen?
I do not have a share your screen.
Okay, so you can't show me what it's doing for you.
No, I don't have a share your screen. It's weird, huh? What's up there? I don't know. I can see like what?
Are you in YouTube or StreamYard?
StreamYard.
That's really bizarre.
I'm in StreamYard.
I don't know what you're doing, babe.
Oh, yeah. I'm on the iPad.
Yeah.
And in StreamYard, and I can say it's easy. I can see everything. And I see Gary put, that's cool. Probably what you were talking about. And
yeah.
That's it. Nothing else.
Oh, well, it'll work out. We're figuring these things out. I think one of the problems with our stream, though, is that we start way too early. Most of the streams start at 9, and they actually go much longer than we do. So I don't know. That may be something we need to look at in the near future, how we handle that.
Yeah.
I know that may limit your participation, but
that's okay.
Though what I might do is figure out a way to hook up the iPad and just draw and chat, when it's not busy. Hey, look, I can go back.
Why do you want to use StreamYard for the Hero Shack Chronicles?
A few reasons. Okay, you want to go over that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so first of all, we have over 2,000 subscribers on my Christopher Tamulavich channel. We have 19 subscribers on the Hero Shack channel, and we have about 350 on Facebook. Now, granted, my channel has been dormant for some time, but the fact that I have 2,000 subs means we might be able to reach out to some of them.
Right.
Additionally, the thing about the okay, hang on one sec. So additionally, I love the features where we can put like comments up here. See how Gary said, tell me about the Comicsgate?
Yeah.
Okay, so all I do is click his comment and it pops up there. Additionally.
Yeah, if I click his comment, it gives me the chat. And then I have to click the live chat and I see that. But I'm sorry, go ahead.
But do you see how his comment shows up on the screen? Yeah. All I had to do was click it to get it up there.
Comment?
So I did. I'm the admin. So see the banner on the bottom?
Yeah.
That's me. If I click this, I can make other things pop up.
Right.
See? But to get back to tell him about Comicsgate.
Yes. What is Comicsgate?
No, I think he wants to know what I'm talking about. So this week in Comicsgate was crazy. How can I put this? So we found out that the gentleman who trademarked Comicsgate has a checkered past, shall I say? Not criminal. I don't want to get too deep into it because it's been covered for the last 48 hours or so, and it's been very harsh on the guy. So let me paint a little picture. He was into some pornographic videos. He did 2 pornographic videos with his wife, trying to express help to others. They were both victims of molestation as children, and it was their way of trying to work through it. And it didn't go so great, but basically someone stole that video from another server and ended up putting it on Pornhub. The former Comicsgate guys, the war campaign, through whatever means, got their hands on the clips and basically have been mocking the guy for 48 hours. Now, I get that porno is nothing cool, and believe me, I don't have any tapes of myself out there, and I get that he did some kinky stuff with his wife, but none of it was illegal. It wasn't anything you or I would do, probably, but it's like, you know what I mean? It's a bad situation that they just put out there like jerks, with no empathy, no consideration for the fact that he's a victim of sexual abuse. And I'm not making excuses, but he's an adult too, you know, so he's free to do whatever the heck he wants. And in a sense, so are they. If they want to be jerks to him like that, so be it. But I think they thought that because I'm Christian, I was going to turn my back on him, you know, clutch my pearls and say, oh no. But you know what? I couldn't do that. Bless you. And I'll be honest, I looked at Diana and I said, what do we do? Because part of me, as a corporate owner, if you will, bless you again, honey, or whatever you want to call it, as a comic book publisher ourselves, I'm not so sure how that is going to play. If people, you know, get hung up on the fact that he made a couple of porns years ago. Bless you, honey. Oh, you muted. But I wasn't about to drop this guy. Yeah, it wasn't cool at all, Gary. It was almost like, don't get me wrong, he wasn't raped, he wasn't drugged and made to do this, but he was, when he explained it, because he actually made a response video this morning, the guy was almost in tears. It's an emotional thing for him. This isn't a
dark place, he said. Right?
And it's not, yeah, and it's not a freaking joke. You know, it's like, you can say whatever you want about the guy in private. You want to make jokes about it with your buddies, go ahead. But when you start posting it on Twitter and just rail on the guy for hours on end, on video, on chats, on memes, I'm sorry. I get the worst thing they could have done is make this guy a victim because I get charged. You know me.
Yeah.
It's our upbringing, baby. You know. I'm like, yeah. So then they're like, well, do you approve of his videos? And no, it has nothing to do with that. But it's also not my place to judge him. You know, he wasn't hurting anybody, and he was with his freaking wife. I'm like,
well, the thing is, exactly.
You know, and I'm sorry. I'm going to be honest, Diana. I'm going to reveal something about our marriage. Okay. Now I'm just shutting that out for a second because I got to pick my nose.
Christopher,
it's itchy, but but Diana and I, we don't do anything too kinky or weird, but there are some things we do that might be a little weird to some people. For instance, we know there was a time in this country when the missionary position was all that you could do without being looked at as if you were a deviant. Well, my wife and I are more flexible than just the missionary position. And that's as far as I'm going with the sex. But my point is, it's our business. You know, we weren't hurting anybody. And it's the same thing with Preston. He wasn't hurting anybody. Get off his tail. Now they say, well, and he did do this. He compared war campaign backers to cucks, which kind of backfired on him. But, you know, it was metaphoric. Are you laughing and muting, honey? Why are you laughing?
I read Gary's comment. I'm sorry.
Which
because
one?
You're the Spidey guy.
Yeah. Yes, I am.
But no, the point that I said to Chris was like, okay, this was years ago. It's not something he's actively doing. He said he was in a very dark place. Now, I don't know about you, but I've been in dark places and I've done things that I'm not proud of. And so should we vilify him and not associate with him? No. If he was continuing to do this and he was a huge porn star and did things and it was very public about it all and the whole thing,
Well, let's
That's
face
another
facts.
story.
If he was a porn star, he wouldn't be making comics, and we wouldn't have come to know him.
Right.
And if he was making comics and porn was part of it, fine, but we still wouldn't be hanging out with the guy. Now, he does have a comic book that has a lesbian relationship in it. It's adult-based, but it doesn't go beyond the teen spectrum of qualifications. Diehard Christians would say, well, you shouldn't be involved with anybody who publishes a book like that. And I would contend, well, that's everywhere now. You know, I don't have to have it in my book. I don't have to buy books like that if I'm offended by it. But if you're going to set the standard of I can't work with people like that, then you're not going to be working very long. The new book. Which one are we talking about, brother? So I've already talked about the 2019 compilation a little bit. Let me show you the other one. And actually, Diana, you can kind of make sure I don't say too much, but I say enough, because we will bring up the last of the Reapers. Now, to give you a little background, I'm going to be introducing Reapers into our universe. In the story that unfolds in issue 3, we're going to find that there are Reapers for everybody, sort of like guardian angels in a sense, without giving out too much of the plot. But Last of the Reapers is going to be a self-contained story about the end of the world. Hang on, let me come over here real quick. Can you guys see me? I can see you. Yeah, I have to transfer the file over because for some reason
I can see you. Yep.
Am I pretty? Am I pretty enough?
Your hair is down, and it's prettier than mine, and I don't like it.
Yeah, it's not my fault. It's not my fault. Hang on, I gotta find the right. Oh gosh darn it. Okay, so Last of the Reapers is going to be end of the world story, and I want. Oh, here it is. Good. Okay, I can share it then. File, share, PNG. It's going to be, for one thing, it's going to be a black and white. Oh boy, come on. Come on, computer, come on, come on. It's waiting. There we go, there we go, here it comes. And we have it. Okay, so just open the little bad boy up. I did an airdrop, but it took a second to find for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Really frustrating. Okay. Tools, we want to rotate. Rotate right. Okay. And we'll bring this up onto the screen. All right, so this is the Last of the Reapers. And what you're looking at is the last group of Reapers to service the planet. And what's happening is the end of the world has come. I'm not going to get too detailed into how, what, or why, but essentially you might as well think Armageddon has come. And we're going to learn a little bit about the Reapers and what they've done throughout human history since Adam and Eve. The 3 little Reapers you see represent the children of a family that is the last family on Earth. And what's going to happen basically is the Reapers are becoming aware of their final duties. They're not going to have any more people to grow and kill. And by kill, I don't really mean kill. That's my human perception. These guys are going to be, they're caretakers of the human race. And the reason we see them as Grim Reapers is because we fear death typically as human beings. So the Reapers have always been, and what happens is when a baby is born, a baby Reaper is born. And, you know, the Reaper imitates the living in their family life. So in other words, if 3 babies are born to a family with a father and a mother, then there's going to be a father, mother, and 3 babies on the Reaper side of life. And in this case, the family is going to know what's coming. All their friends are disappearing. All the lead Grim Reapers are gone because the end of the world has come. God is folding everything up and going into the next thing, the new thing. So these guys are going to debate and argue about whether or not they're going to go through with their assigned missions. Mom is going to be afraid of what's going to come. She's going to doubt that there's something in the afterlife. Sound familiar? Dad is going to be stern and firm in his faith and declare that no matter what, he believes what was written. Because we're going to find out the Grim Reapers really don't know the deity that we call God any better than we do. So there's some doubt there. There's some faith there. And these kids, they don't want to do what they're supposed to do. They actually are enjoying life. And just like when a child dies in real life, the Grim Reapers, they mourn when their child reaper goes on. But they don't mourn like we do. They really do get excited for the most part because they really do believe in their afterlife. Mom is the weird one. Kind of like if you went back 100 years and met an atheist, that would seem weird because an atheist didn't really exist that long ago, you know? Or if they did, they were mostly closeted unless you were in academics. You know, if you were in your typical neighborhood, everybody was Catholic or Protestant and going to church. That was the way it was, whether you were a believer or not. So, yeah, I'm going to have some fun with it. The art's going to be entirely black and white. I'm going to be using a lot of digital brushes that simulate zipatone. And if you know what that is, then you are a true comic book fan because that stuff is cool. Back in I think it might have started in the 70s on white paper background, but when I got into it in the 80s, it was a plastic film that you could put over your artwork and create shading, moire patterns, all sorts of stuff. If you look closely at the Last of the Reapers, which you can't really do here, let me see if I can enlarge it. Let's see. I'm sure I can. Plus. Okay, so you see how those are all actually lines? See that? The grays are all lines, honey?
Yep.
Okay, I just want you to talk once in a while so I know I'm not alone.
I'm sorry.
But yeah, that's zipatone.
Interrupt.
Or it's actually done with a brush now because it's digital. But I'm playing with those old zipatones and I'm really enjoying it. So yeah, that's going to be at least a 24-page book, but you know me, it's probably going to end up being 48 pages. Because it's not colored, it's going to be much easier for me to just do this on the side. And it's going to come out Halloween 2020. So we will have a crowdfunder for this launched in August, I would anticipate. And ultimately, we'll use Amazon, and we'll continue to use Amazon until such time that we can do high enough quantities where we get a good price break. But for now, Amazon's perfect for us. We can order on demand. We can ship out as they come in. We could even order and have them shipped from Amazon if we want, I believe. I have to look into that, but I believe that's one of the distribution methods. I can have a different shipping address than payment address. So really, for an amateur independent comic book publisher, this might be the way to go. I'm talking to a guy on Twitter named Vic King. He's an artist. He's right along our lane, Gary. Whereas, let me just say, and I'll be honest, you know we're not John Byrne or Todd McFarlane. We know where we are in the art world. We know that we know where we stand. He's pretty much in our lane, this kid. And I'm telling him, why not try Amazon? You know, he's had a couple of failed Kickstarters or Indiegogos that it's just not happening there yet. And that's because you really need a following to make that stuff pop sometimes. So I don't know. I really think we need to start pushing people to try Amazon, especially these creative young guys. I've been doing it for a year, and I'm sorry. I could have wasted all that year doing one issue, but and making it the best issue I could possibly make it, but I'd never get anything done.
And the thing with Amazon too, it's easy to do in the sense that you do not have to put money up front. So if you're working on a shoestring budget like you are, I mean, it's almost a no-brainer. If you're just looking to get your comic book out there, you've completed your project, you want to get it out there, you want to give it as a gift to friends and families, whatever it is, Amazon is, I think, a really cool avenue.
Well, and think of this. Let's say this young guy or any guy we put out a book. You don't know if you're going to be able to GoFundMe or whatever to crowdfund for $500, let alone 1,000, 2,000, 6,000, 10,000, whatever the number. Amazon, if you just get 3 or 4 people interested in buying it, they can still get it. It doesn't matter that you didn't meet your crowdfunding. And I think that's a huge advantage. Plus, let's face it, our table looks a lot better with 5-6 books sitting on it than it did with one. It's just a reality. Unless that one is like the holy grail of all comics, you better think about that. You know. Yeah, you kind of do.
Gary,
but you know what, Gary?
What is he using? You don't have a computer? You just have an iPad?
Yeah, he probably does. And KDP is horrible with iPads. But you know, my friend, if you ever come into our thought and want to upload books from our place, we will help you. Because I have a computer. We have a couple actually, but I find that I've tried to do stuff off my iPad and it doesn't take the uploads properly. It's still not a great iPad solution, which is funny because you make the whole book on iPad and then you're struggling to get it on a PC. I know exactly what he's talking about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's hard on an iPad is awkward.
But I can tell you on my iMac, I can AirDrop very easily. There's an app on there that does PDFs quite wonderfully, and I've learned how to optimize now. When I first put up the 2019 collection, I couldn't get it to upload. It was too big for their servers because I had the images and the resolution and everything set to such a high tilt. Mm-hmm. But you know, I got it down there. I'm excited. All I have to do is put this cover up, and we can send it in for approval. Mm-hmm. And then once it's approved, we can order it. And I am particularly excited. Hang on, let me show you something here. Just to visualize this, I got to move the chair that Diana would have been in.
Sorry, guys.
That's all right. Hang on. Okay, here we go. That took me a second longer than I thought. But if you take all 4 of our issues and you put them together really tight and close, and I turn my camera on, you can see how thick this bad boy is actually going to be. I'm going to hold it nice and tight. But that's a thick book right there. Look at that, honey.
Mm-hmm. I know. You showed it to me earlier.
I'm very excited about that part of this because wow. I'm like, whoo. It's going to be 7 by 10.5, just like your standard comic. It's going to be perfect bound. The spine will actually have type on it, which will be a first for me. Amazon, the only downfall is they don't make these exactly like comic books. And once you get one of mine, which I recommend you do, you will see exactly what I mean. However, the quality is high quality. And I feel like when I hold my comic, I feel like I'm holding a book. The cover is sturdier than your average floppy. And the pages inside, they're not newsprint. They are a fine laser type paper. I'd say is probably 60 pound. I don't remember exactly. It's certainly not your flimsy 20 pound. And they do a wonderful job. The colors are getting better, of course, because I'm learning to color better, but they do a great job with the vibrancy. Hey, you want to see how bad issue 1 was? So there it is. That's the famous issue 1 hand. And then on the cover for right there. See it, honey? It's right there. Yeah. And on the cover, I snuck it in for the compilation issue merely because I liked it. I thought it was a great little catch. Now, of course, most of the world went, ooh, that's kind of cheesy, dude. You shouldn't have done that. Fine, I learned a lesson. But that's why I recommend getting out there and making comics now. Getting on Amazon and having a little bit of fun. Put it out there, man. The worst that can happen is you buy a book that you like yourself. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
And that could be all the first issue of Hero Shack is. Maybe it's just for myself and my relatives and my friends. It'll make a great Christmas gift. But 5 years from now, when we're on, our, 30th issue of Hero Shack, and we've got a bunch of, side projects we've done, when we actually hire some artists to do some stuff, that issue 1 is going to be so cool to look at. because I know right now I feel silly. I look back and I go, wow, what kind of balls did I have to step out with this crap? But then I think, wow, what kind of balls did I have to step out with this crap? You know what I mean?
But
It's like,
we weren't afraid. You know what? I think it's worse if you. What's that? What's that saying that goes? Step out and see if it's going to happen. If it's not going to happen, then you know it's not meant to happen. Something like that. And that's not actually the thing, but you step
well, I
out.
know that if you don't take that first step, you don't
Right.
go anywhere, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's it's hard to get from point A to point B if you refuse to shuffle that foot a little bit and get out there.
Exactly.
And the thing about it is, we found that we get just joy and pleasure doing it. So it's like it actually it feeds a whole different point of the mind to go out and meet fans and go to shows and stuff than just sitting here at a drawing board and creating stories.
Right.
And that's been so energizing and lacking since the conventions have stopped.
That's been tough even for me because normally, I mean, as you guys know, I'm not the biggest comic book fan. That's not really a surprise to anybody, but I love going to the shows. I really do. I get out and I meet these really cool people and I hear their stories and see their costumes and stuff. I really do enjoy that. But it's been sort of dry in the sense of we haven't done anything like that. I mean, we were going away for our anniversary and one of it was a Comic-Con show. We didn't even get that in. I was totally bummed about that. Sorry, I'm just venting here. But yeah, that's it. I have nothing else to say.
You can't do that to me.
I realized I was crabbing. I'm like, oh my God, stop. So I don't know, Chris. You seem to be bent on StreamYard, and I agree. It's a great platform, but it would be helpful if we had more people in here talking.
Yeah, it would be great.
Just
I didn't particularly.
I
do think we should go later. I didn't individually invite anybody tonight. Like I did with ZombieCon. So maybe that's part of it, or maybe we just have to do these for a few weeks and get an audience built up. I have 2,000 subs who don't even know I'm doing this again.
Right, that's true. Well, I mean, and maybe we do push it an hour. I mean, 9 to 10. I'm up till 11 anyways.
Right.
I could do a 9 to 10 slot. That'll just give me more time to get my homework done earlier, and then just do this on Monday night if I plan for it.
Right.
My yard is almost. I have the pool up. I have the screen house almost done, so I'm going to be just relaxing. So I feel like 9 o'clock would be okay. So let's start next week at 9. And try. Why not?
Well, you have to go longer than an hour sometimes too, honey.
But that's okay. I can always go to bed and you can just hold the show.
That's true. I'm going to get comfortable with this eventually.
But the point is, you don't really need me.
No, I really do.
You're sweet.
It's not sweetness. Have you ever watched the Flintstones without Wilma? Fred sucks.
Now been reduced to Wilma.
Fred sucks without Wilma. Okay, how about this one? Have you ever watched Justice League without Wonder Woman?
No.
Yeah. You know why? Because you need Wonder Woman, or else it's not the Justice League. That's why.
Okay.
There's no eye candy for a man if there's no Wonder Woman, and there's no feminist powerhouse if there's no Wonder Woman.
Honey?
Yes.
I will be there for at least an hour. And if the topic is going good, then I will be there even longer.
So you're saying I have to entertain you to get you to stay?
No.
I have to make a topic go good?
Yeah. No, I'm not saying any of that. I'm just saying, like, it's hard. Like, Gary, I don't even know if Gary is still in here.
I don't either, but I'm having fun.
So it's like you and I having a conversation.
Right, and hopefully that gets a lot of replays.
Mm-hmm. So, guys, everybody out there who's not in here live, come and visit. Come and hang out. Come and say hi.
Did you share it on Facebook, honey?
I did not, because I couldn't even figure out how to get in.
Yeah, you see, these are little problems that, like, we need to discuss about publicizing. Because if you don't share it, your friends won't come in. because your friends don't know me. They think that I'm an aberration. They're like, you really have a husband?
I think you're an aberration sometimes.
I'm always right here drawing. Just look around the corner.
I know, but so I didn't get out of my meetings until 6 o'clock tonight, and so I didn't really plan it accordingly. But I promise you, next week will be better. I will make sure I advertise it. I don't know how many people will pop in. A lot of people, for some reason, people think that if they go through YouTube, then everybody gets their personal information.
Is that what they think?
Well, I know one person that didn't join us because of that.
Your sister?
Nope. I don't want to say names. It's not nice. Here, I'll text it to you.
That makes no sense.
Well, they don't. They think YouTube, for some reason, you have to use. Maybe they think they have to use their channel.
I don't know. There's no telling, and it's hard. You can't really train the user, so you got to kind of hope they figure it out.
But with StreamYard, you don't have to put any personal information.
Well, with YouTube, you don't have to. It's only if you want to start commenting and stuff.
Right. Well, people would want to comment.
Well, then they'd have to register.
But right now, I didn't register, but I'm going through the Hero Shack YouTube. Right?
Yeah, you're actually logged in as Hero Shack.
Oh.
Yeah, it's really weird to watch my name up in lights. I like it. Gary, I use a
iMac.
Yes, go ahead, honey.
Sorry, go ahead.
I use an iMac with the latest iOS. It's a 7-year-old iMac. So President Trump just sent me my iMac confirmation. I'll be getting my check so I can get my iMac. I'll be getting a new one here probably. We're getting a fence, but we're also getting an iMac in the next week or two, which means the one that I have here.
Coming up. You already got your birthday gift.
Honey, your birthday.
$1,500 gift.
Yeah, but your birthday is like the pool, filling the pool, the fence. What else did you get that you told me? Don't worry, it's for my birthday.
It is, but you got your birthday gift too, and that was $1,400.
I'm not talking about birthday gift. I'm talking about a business investment.
Oh, here we go. Well, we're not going to discuss that right now.
But Gary asked a question. Why are you messing with your microphone?
Am I?
Yes, that's that little white thing is your microphone.
This is my microphone?
Yes.
That's so funny. All right, that's right. The right one is the microphone, isn't it?
No, see that thing hanging on the wire? See the thing hanging on the wire? No, look at the wires.
The right one is.
The thing that hangs on the wire that's hanging down, there's a little brick.
I don't like
right about here.
I understand that.
That's why it's doing that.
Oh, I was tapping it.
Oh, you were doing all sorts of stuff, scratching it, tapping it.
Yes, Gary, an iMac. That's what he is using. He is a spoiled rotten brat is what he is.
It's not true. Let me tell you what's happening, okay? So they have the $999 iMac. I would skip that one and go straight to the middle grade. We're going to be getting one of those. If we could afford it, we would be getting an iMac Pro. But they started at about $2,500. President Trump didn't even give me enough to get a $2,500 iMac. So I won't go that far. But
listen, that's not supposed to be for business things. It's supposed to be for our
it's to stimulate the economy. And since we've both been blessed enough to work. Oh, yeah, the iMac Pro, Gary, is like a super duper iMac. It starts at like $2,300 or $2,500, and it can get ridiculously expensive from there. And it's something that the pros buy. And I don't mean just pro comics. I mean like, video editors and people who are doing super heavy work like that. And if you're doing comic book art, it's just the better because it's so much faster. But then if you're doing your comic art exclusively on an iMac, you got to go out. You got to get a Wacom tablet because it's not going to work the same. And if you do it right, you got to get the Wacom tablet that's actually a screen, and then you got two screens. It's weird. So I like doing it on the iPad still. But when it comes to dealing with my computer stuff, I love having the iMac here, and I have my iPad here, and I just rotate back and forth between the two of them. The office has actually worked out very nice for me, and the iPad's mobility still allows me to go on the porch or in the kitchen at my leisure, so it's wonderful. Type, honey, type. Why aren't you talking?
I was typing something.
Will you really?
Listen, I'm multitasking, okay?
Okay.
What are you gonna like? What? You're up there, I'm down here, we're doing our thing. We're like two ships passing in the night. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get my homework done too. Please forgive me. It's not that this show is not important. It is very important. And I really wish there were more people in here so that we could have wonderful conversations. But it's the three of us, and I'm listening, I'm paying attention, and I'm hearing all of you, but I was answering a question to my psychology
Your
course.
yeah.
Nah. But next Monday we're gonna go at 9:00 because I think that's better. We'll try that, and we'll do. Maybe you need to advertise it ahead of time.
You think?
Yeah, and you need to wear a ponytail.
I don't think I need to wear a ponytail.
Gary, can we get some clippers and shave
This
his
is like
head?
my Thor look, man. My Conan look.
Yeah, Gary, he uses his iMac for all the Amazon stuff for everything. He anything that he has to do commercial wise, that's what he uses. He uses his iPad strictly for drawing, but he uploads a lot of his stuff to the iMac to process, do whatever he's got to do.
True. Yep.
Right?
Well, it just has more horsepower, and it just some things are made better for computers. Mm-hmm. Now, I actually have Windows 10 on this one as well, so I could go.
That's because it's
switch over. Well, it's because it was yes, okay. But the point is, we have Windows 10 on it as well. It's just the way it is. We can do it all. No, an iMac is a desktop. Laptops are fine, but you got to be careful, even with the Macs, because they have like the Mac Air, which is okay depending what you're doing. They have the MacBook Pro 13, which is nice, but the screen is small. They have the larger one, but now you're talking a lot of expense. So I've always liked, number one, the desktop for me. I'm really 20th century. I like being nailed down to a desk when I get to this point of work. Not to say I don't like laptops because they are convenient, but my iPad pretty much gives me the mobility that I would want from a laptop, and the desktop gives me the stability that I need from my home computer. I mean, Gary, my studio really, it looks like almost, I won't say Star Trek, but it has that feel. I'm surrounded by monitors. I have this captain's chair that I swing on. I have the coolest backdrop in the world because it's green, and I can put anything back there. It's just so much fun. So, honey, Wednesday night, if we don't forget, we're going to do God Chat.
Yes.
Are we going to do it like this?
I don't know. Gary, what do you think?
I can StreamYard onto Facebook too,
Gary, he uses a desktop for the iMac. It's an iMac desktop that's about 7 years old.
Yep.
So, Gary, what do you think? Do you think we should do God Chat using StreamYard or Facebook groups or whatever it's called? I'm trying to get a feel, because it seems like sometimes we have these live chats and they're super popular, and then other times they're not. And then I'm getting ready to get out of the group because it's 9:06 and I have to finish up my homework. But Gary, what do you think?
I think he hung up.
No, he's there. He wanted to know.
Yeah, he says you look good like this. And the thing about it is, honey, when people get comfortable and want to join, or if Gary was at home and could join, or anybody, we can add them into the video chat just like this. So we can actually add people. Now, this isn't a good representation because I don't get a lot of support from Comicsgate TM. As you can see, I haven't rallied the troops from them yet. But eventually people will start showing up, like Zombiecron did last week, like John did.
Right.
And I'm sure
that was a good chat. Gary, were you in here for that chat?
Yeah, he was.
That was a really informative chat. Oh, yeah, he was. That's right.
I'm sure we could have invited him again this week. I just don't want to seem pushy. I'll invite him again next week. But, I haven't really invited everybody every time. So I'm trying to stay on the download. I don't want to make this like a video grab type thing. I just want to have our Hero Shack Chronicles to update people.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I'll do other shows if the crowd comes, if you will. But as long as I can keep my drawings going, I don't want to stop making comics. That's the real focus here, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You're smiling and you have nothing to smile about. You must know the answer.
Nah.
Nah.
I don't. I'm just laughing.
Emmy.
I'm just laughing.
Emmy.
Because my brain.
Hey, look how bald I'm getting.
I know. You should wear a ponytail.
No, right there.
You really need to be doing this on a live stream? Seriously?
Well, it's like a mirror. It's like a mirror, and you can see the pink in my hair. Oh, God.
This is why we only go to it for an hour.
This is when it starts getting better.
No. This is when I am going to say good night.
You can't. You can't.
I can. You and Gary can stay chatting. Gary, are you still here? Let me see.
I don't want to do that to him. I'm going to go to bed, too, then. I'm tired. I'm just going to get cranky, and then I'll just start bitching and moaning about Comicsgate. I don't need to do that. Former Comicsgate. I need to remember there is a separate group, you know?
Stop talking about them. Oh.
Why? Why?
Because they're annoying. You're annoying when you talk about them. I don't like
I am not annoying.
They're like a bunch of little children in a sandbox throwing sand.
So we're here to help save the day and show them a better way.
We're here to talk about Hero Shack and the direction Hero Shack is going, that you would like to see your dream, your passion go. I am here as your everything. I am your everything. No, that's it. That covers it.
I'm like, go on.
Everything. No. Okay.
You are my everything.
So I'm leaving now. I love you.
I'm
saying that to Chris, but I love you guys. The Hero Shack.
And we need. Look at that. We need spy paint. You didn't even see what he said.
Spy paint. I don't know what spy paint is. Gary, don't give him any ideas. You don't understand. He's going to want to spend more money.
I'm going to go Google spy paint.
It's going to cost me $1,500.
A fence should not cost $1,500.
Oh, I got a headache.
It's only 60-something feet.
68.
Yeah, that's not a $1,500 fence.
The pieces are $34 each.
I know what they are.
Just saying.
Anyways.
So, guys, listen. We are going to go to 9 o'clock next week. Okay?
No, we're going to go to 10 o'clock next week.
No. Open mic. E10. That was from Alterna Comics. They're going on at 9.
So what?
No. Watch live now. SWC Revive.
That's one of my buddies. That's one of my buddies.
Preston did nothing wrong. Why don't you hop into their chat now? So I'm going to leave. Goodbye.
All right, guys. We're going to close this down.
Gary,
we love you. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you for constantly supporting him. And look for us next Monday night.
We got your back, and we're going to be pushing you. We'll talk to you soon, brother. Thank you, honey. I need to write that down. That's a great way to end the show. I love you. Bye, baby. Stop. You muted it again. I can tell. Oh, all right. We'll see you guys later.